Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we like to begin by giving all glory, all honor, and all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash, Barakatum, giving double honors, double unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who surely do rule well, to the men standing by the highways and byways, pushing this doctrine, we like to say Shalom, and to the sincere Akwat, the sisters out there listening to these lessons in silent subjection and obedience unto their husbands, we like to say Shalom. Couple brothers here, brother Maya Shara. And we come out here to do tonight is a video I like to title Gratitude is the attitude that the nation of Israel needs to adopt, especially in these last days, because we know throughout history, and we're going to bring it out tonight, Lord willing, that Israel is the most ungrateful nation on the planet Earth today. I'm going to start here in the book of Malachi chapter 1 and reading from verses 1. The burden of the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. Now hear what the Lord say, right? I have loved you, saith Yahweh. Yet ye say, when hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Now, this important here in a way about how we highlighted the start of the video to let you know that out of all the nations in the earth today, the only nation that the Lord loves or has chosen to be a nation nigh unto him is the nation of Israel. So now, how could the nation of Israel ask such a reproachful question to the Lord, or such an ungrateful question to the Lord, when hast thou loved us? Why? Because the nation of Israel is the most, how could I say this, ungrateful and nigger-hearted nation in the world. They just have the lacking understanding, right? Now,
Come like this, the parable in Matthew was 24 concerning the sower and the seed, 24, 26.
I can't remember which one.
The sower and the seed, right?
Right?
But what it said that some of them was like the throw by the wayside, and when I wish I was explaining it, it was like the ones that as soon as the hardship come, will go on the flee. So it's basically the same thing when it comes to the Lord of these two jakes, right? Because as soon as for me the thing before we go on the precept in Exodus concerning when he came out of Egypt.
Right.
As soon as things start to get hard, they want to say, wait, you see it right now in this day and age with jakes.
Right.
Oh God, what are you doing with this for? What I do to deserve this? Right, there is Jake number one statement. What I do to deserve this? What I do?
And next one, can't see my way.
Can't
see your way.
Right, so that is how Jake quick to, let me say, retaliate or reject, they quick to reproach, they quick to say, Father, we do this for thing. That is what these jakes is, and after that happened, and they realize they're going, while they're going through the hardship, while they're going through the tribulation, some jakes will reject the Father because they will say, nah, I can't be as jakes they make the statement in these days and age, right? That I can't be praying to this God, and when I pray for something, mean gain it. When I ask him to help me with something, he help him. In their mindset, they say, nah, that I pray to the wrong God. And that is what is make these wicked jakes turn into these idols because of the hardship, because they can't endure. What the scripture say we soldiers for our Hashem Mashiach.
Right.
So we have to enjoy these tribulations.
Deuteronomy 4 and reading from verses 6. Keep therefore and do them. In fact, I'll read from 5. I'll read from verse 4. Deuteronomy 4 and verse 4. But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh your power, which this is an important statement that being made here, because we're going into the next precept, we're going to see that what the Lord chooses Israel to be his nation. He could have leave you by the wayside and say fuck her, and he didn't do that. So what? Why it is we able to say that Yahweh is we God is because he chose us to be his people. But what? They don't appreciate that. Alive, every one of you, this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh, my power, commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. So what? It is in Sirach 17 from verse 10. The elect should praise his holy name, and then verse 11. And beside this, he gave them a law for an heritage. But what? When you go into that word heritage, where does go into when you define it? It goes into possession. What do we as a nation of Israel possess? Well, we possession, we heritage, we inheritance starts with Yahweh, coming all the way down, and then what? We are the land, we are the laws, we have a lot of things that the Most High gave us to be our rightful possessions in this world.
That's right.
But what? It was taken from us by Yahweh. Why? We can't get into that.
2nd Ezra 7.
In 2nd Ezra chapter 1 and I'll bring out some. Oh, yeah, right. There I'm 2nd Ezra 7. I'm reading from verses 8. And only one part between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that they could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass a danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Right. So for us to obtain, you have a saying, goes nothing comes free.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For us to obtain the kingdom, because I remember this, right? That we going down, this we working for, this we working towards. It has nothing to compare to that. It have things that we don't even know when we're going to get in the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. So how we expect to get something and work for? We have to work for it, guys. We have to work for it. That's why the Lord said, right? You want the king? You want the kingdom?
And I go through shit.
Yeah, go through the trials. Go through the trials set before.
Because even to that point, make in the kingdom, we can receive things we can't imagine. I could imagine that for the first 100 years or so in the kingdom, everybody is gonna be getting something from the Lord, and everybody gonna be, that real? This real? That real? Because we don't know who we set to inherit. Lord willing, is the ones to inherit it. But what? They don't understand, neither do they respect the Lord. So what? They're ungrateful.
That's right.
Continuing in Deuteronomy 4. Keep therefore and do them, because again, in the same precept as well. Keep for and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding given to you by whom? Yahweh. He's the one who owns wisdom, and he gives it out to whomsoever he pleases. And he chose the nation of Israel to be the dwelling place of wisdom. Where it is, I believe that is in Sirach, the 23rd chapter, talking about she found her dwelling to be she found her possession in the nation of Jacob. So what? The Lord decided that wisdom would be inherited by the nation of Israel. And your understanding in sight of the nations that he set by, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So we get it right to be called the wise and understanding people, but that right was given to us by whom? Yahweh. Verse 7, for what nation is there so great who hath power so nigh unto them?
Just imagine that. The heathens them saying, way boy, they are admiring and how is it and being jealous
Right.
of how This people, boy, this is the ones them that even saying Wisdom of Solomon also when the elect get me up in chariots. Hey boy, this is the one who was close to her boy, out of everybody he boy, out of everybody them boy.
Always see a fountain.
That is show you how these heathens them envy and jealous Israel so much, especially Esau Edom. They wanted to take away we heritage. They wanted to come and take we land, and they come and say them is the Jews, them is the freaking Israelites.
Them understand who the people is.
That's it, you're
Who
right.
to be who the people they're supposed to want to be in this world.
So as Big Brother and the Goddess always say, these other heathens them want we. I wouldn't say religion. I can say religion because when I go back to the meaning, it's really religion, but I can say that.
Heritage.
I can say heritage.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Let's imagine them want we heritage more than we. These heathens want Jake heritage more than Jake. They want to be in we position and you all don't want to be in position right now.
Madness.
Come on.
Madness. Continuing and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who had power so nigh unto them? As Yahweh, our power is in all things that we call upon him for. Wait, is in CSB it says what? For what great nation is there that has a God near to it, as Yahweh our power is to us whenever we call to him? Because now when we go back to the story in Exodus, we're gonna get about these murmurers. What? It started when? In Exodus chapter 1. Fed up at the bondage that the Egyptians had them through. And what happened? The Lord answered the call and come to the rescue. And still start fucking up.
That is show these jigs is we so we so fortunate,
Right.
and we have one power to pray unto, and we gain anything that we ask of him, and he says, well, we give it with it.
As long as we need good
You
places.
understand?
Right.
But these wicked heathens, if they want money, they have to pray to this God. If they want health, they have to pray to this God. If they want vehicles, they have to pray to this God. And the different gods they have to pray to get something.
Like say,
And when I check it out, them gods is no gods. As we said in the video before, it's really the Lord giving these different spirits the authority to function and do whatever they feel like. They get it. Not knowing is demons they're praying to.
Next thing the God fall off the dashboard. You're praying to now. Dumbass. Yep, there's Ezekiel 3 and verses. Just to add to the point where you talk about the heathens wanna be we more than we wanna be we. There's Ezekiel 3 and reading from verses 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel, not to many people of a strange speech and of an hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
That's right.
But the house of Israel will not hear, so he will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me, which is the root of the problem we see here in the world today. The people of the Lord, who the Lord choose to be his people, will not listen to him. So what? The Lord had to fuck them up. For the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. So what? That leads to what? Ungratefulness. In the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, and we're going to read from verses 5. In 2nd Ezra 1 and from 5. Go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds, which their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me. They may tell that they may tell their children's children. But the sins of their fathers are increased in them, for they have forgotten me, and have offered unto strange gods. Am not I even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage? but they have provoked me unto wrath and despised my counsels. So we hear what the Lord say now, he making the case against your nation, because at the end of the day, we wrong. We wrong for turning against we power. And then 2/3 and rebels, Lord willing, we now are counted with them more wrong, because them refuse to turn back to their power. Pull thou off, we continue in verses 8. Pull thou off then the hair of thy head, and cast all evil upon them. Again, I believe it's the prophet Jeremiah. He told, pray not for these people.
That's right.
For they have not been obedient unto my law, but it is a rebellious people. And I believe it's in the same second as us talk about they lowered my law. Right? How long shall I forbear them? So like how long you want to put up with these people, into whom I have done so much good? Many kings have I destroyed for their sakes. Pharaoh with his servants and all his power have I smitten down. All the nations have I destroyed before them, and in the east I have scattered the people of 2 provinces, even Tyrus and Sidon. I have slain all the enemies. Again, Nehemiah 5 and 9, heathens is we enemies. Speak thou therefore unto them, saying, thus saith Yahweh, I led you through the sea, and in the beginning gave you a large and safe passage. I give you Moses for a leader and Aaron for a priest. I give you light in a pillar of fire, and great wonders have I done among you. Yet ye have forgotten me, saith Yahweh. This pillar of fire speaking to a chariot, to those who are a pillar of fire by night, and a cloud of smoke by day. And where do it help keep the Egyptians at bay from gaining ground on me and slaughtering me? So the Lord was always defending it. Verse 15, thus saith the Almighty Yahweh. Verse 15, thus saith the Almighty Yahweh, the quails was a token to you. I give you tents for your safeguard, nevertheless he murmured there. And we're going to read about that murmuring in Exodus 16. And triumph not in my name for the destruction of your enemies, but ever to this day do ye yet murmur. Where are the benefits that I have done for you? When ye were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not cry unto me, saying, why hast thou brought us into this wilderness to kill us? So what, ungrateful? Because what? And he could make this statement here, it had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness. Then had I pity on your mournings and gave you manna to eat, so ye did eat angels' bread. But what? Again, them saying better had it been to serve the Egyptians just because they was hungry in the wilderness. But 15 chapters prior, because it happened in Exodus 16, 15 chapters prior, it was pissed off with the Egyptians and wanted to get out. So where you what? You vex with the Egyptians are freer. Are freer now you wanna go back to them? Like you can't make Israel happy at all, right? Then I write verse 20. When you were thirsty, did not I cleave the rock and waters flowed out to your fill? For the heat I covered you with the leaves of the trees. I divided among you fruitful land. I cast out the Canaanites, the Perizzites, and the Philistines. So again, he gave the land we promised unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob into the possession of the children. So what he keep you out? What more you want from me, Lord? What shall I yet do more for you, saith Yahweh? Thus said the Almighty Yahweh, when you were in the wilderness, in the river of the Amorites, being athirst and blaspheming my name, I gave you not fire for your blasphemies, but cast a tree in the water and made the river sweet. So what? He could have killed you, he could have fucked you up, but he decided not to do that, and he still gave you water. What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob, thou Judah? Wouldest thou not obey me? Wouldest not obey me? I will turn me to other nations, and unto those will I give my name, that they may keep my statutes. Which when you go into these nations, it actually speaking about the Israelite foreigners who scattered around all the nations in the world today. Seeing you have forsaken me, I will forsake you also, because again, it have a judgment for that. They can't forsake the Lord and try and turn your back on him, and he can fuck you up. He can whip that same back way you turned to him. When you desire me to be gracious unto you, I shall have no mercy upon you. So now, I'm going to go to the account here with the Lord referencing, and we speaking about the Exodus chapter 16, and we're going to read from verses 1. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. So a month and 15 days, and then it's done Saturday. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. I'm not going to this word here, murmured. Listen. Murmured. Definition 2, to grumble, complain. Let me see here. So, right, so they complained, right? They grumbled against Moses and Aaron. And the children of Israel said unto them, would to power we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots and when we did eat bread to the full, for you have brought us into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Then said Yahweh unto Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or no. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. So because we know the 7th day of the week is the Sabbath, so they will not be able or will not be allowed to, according to the law, gather on the 7th day. So they'll either gather on the 6th for the 6th day and for the 7th day to eat the full for both days. And Moses and Aaron said unto the children of Israel, at even then ye shall know that Yahweh had brought you out from the land of Egypt, and in the morning then shall ye see the glory of Yahweh, for that he heareth your murmurings against Yahweh. And what are we that ye murmur against us? And Moses said, this shall be when Yahweh shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full, for that Yahweh heareth your murmurings which ye murmur against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against Yahweh. And Moses spake unto Aaron, saying unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before Yahweh, for he had heard your murmurings. So again, establishing what the Lord are aware that the nation of Israel bitching against Moses and Aaron, but Moses making it clear, hey, you're not really vexed with me, you know? It's really the Lord you're vexed with. And the Lord seen how you. He seen how you fucking up. And verse 10, and it came to pass as Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of Yahweh appeared in the cloud to the chariot. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, at even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh, your power. So what? Just on. And verses 13, and it came to pass that at evening the quails came up and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew lay round about the host. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing as small as the hoar frost on the ground, which is manna from heaven. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, it is manna, for they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, this is the bread which Yahweh had given you to eat. This is the thing which Yahweh had commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, and omer for every man according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tent. So even after them was bitching against Yahweh, after now coming out of Egypt, and only a month and 15 days into the whole wilderness experience again, like little bitches, the Lord still come and feed them. So what? Again, ungrateful nation, stiff-necked, hard-hearted, and rebellious. And what the Lord planned to do with them? In Hosea 4, and reading from verses, let me see here. verses 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. And when the Lord God decide to do this, and when the Lord God decide to reject his nation, at the worst time possible, you going to be wanted to be rejected by the Lord. In the time that coming upon the earth, Jacob's trouble. Because when that time come, all bets off on it. Wait is, you only have a finite amount of time to get right to the Lord before the Lord pull this word off the streets. Because when the Lord pull the word off the streets and the grace period up and over and done with, that is a day now. It's no more repenting, it's no more turning back, it's no more prophets to see counsel of the Lord, it's no more, wait is, I have stretched out my hand all day to a stiff-necked and hard-hearted and rebellious house and no man regarded. From the time the Lord pull back his hand and he said, right, he done all that. And the judgment start. It have no mercy again. You had to die and come back in the regeneration. Daniel 12. We talk about try to remember the word then. Wake up to content and shame. Because what? And the wickedness that you are doing this life. The Lord will reject you in the worst time possible. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. So what? In the hectic and crazy and evil times that the Lord said to bring upon the world, I one more here for you. The Lord literally tell you, it have many plan not to save in this time, in this go round. He's not going to do it. It's going to be just like the time of Noah. He was vexed with the whole world for the wickedness that was wrought in it, and he killed billions of people and leave only 8 souls alive. But that 8 souls representative of the elect today in the spiritual ark we in today, the house of David. Lord willing, these the men in the house. And if you're not in the ark in this time, it's going to be just like when the Lord wasn't in the ark last time. You're going to be banging on that door, begging for the Lord to let you in. And he just not going to do it. Ezekiel 9, I'm reading from verse 1. He cried also in mine ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, every man with his destroying weapon in his hand.
That's right.
And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth toward the north, and every man is sought a weapon in his hand. And one man among them clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. And when you go into our altar, it is a place for sacrifice. And the glory of Yahweh of Israel was gone up from the cherub whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with the linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side, which just this man here is Yahushai. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, speaking about the people, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others, so the ones who rejected the counsel of the Lord, the ones who refused to repent, the ones who refused to hearken, and the ones who accept and give in to committing the abominations, what the Lord say? He said, what? Go ye after him through the city and smite. And smite.
That's right.
Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Verses 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And they began at my sanctuary. And begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
That's right. So the Lord is going to start and kill you wicked Jakes when that time comes. Because why? You haven't hearkened unto him. What the scripture say? I think it's in Jeremiah. Why should I continue spitting them more and more? It doesn't revolt more and more. Right? Because the Lord said, right, All they fuck up slavery, all they fuck up bondage, this, that, plague. You understand? All these things the Lord do just for you all to learn. Which if just say that when we went in, when Lord did us, it wasn't for us to
Oh, that's how it was into the trial. I think that group 4.
look for self can.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on. Yeah, that's itself.
Group 4. Let me see.
Because these wicked jakes,
Yeah.
they wouldn't learn.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't learn. They'll just continue doing the same thing over and over. Brother,
They broke 4 and 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction. That wasn't the plan of the Lord to destroy you off the face of the earth.
that's right. Because if the Lord wanted to destroy you, what happened to Hiroshima? I'm going to say Hiroshima and Slack. Yeah.
Egypt.
What happened to Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yeah.
Right? So, the Lord can just, that is a day. Let me tell you, look for chariots beam and come and zap out this full jigs off of the face of the earth. The Lord can just pinpoint every single Israelite and kill we out.
I'm so laugh because what? Remember the Lord really threatened to do that back in the time of Moses, and Moses had to plead for the people.
That's right.
If Moses didn't open him out, what the Lord say? I gotta raise up some stones and kill everybody else and done with it. So what? The Lord has been shown to be very merciful towards the nation.
That's right.
And what have they done for that? And what have they done to require that mercy unto the Lord? Do nothing but reproach him for it. So now what? The Lord pulling back the mercy, and it's time to really zap everybody at that chariot. Because I can't remember if it's Isaiah or Ezekiel talk about the wilderness experience. The Lord said, then will I plead with my people? And we know that plead go back into the word shepherd. It's not
Isaiah.
It's Isaiah. I know Ezekiel talk about the wilderness experience, and then Isaiah talk about pleading, yeah. Yeah, so what? When that pleading happens, it's not gonna be it's this time it's for forgiveness, all that done. The Lord had to rewire you now. Yeah, they Baruch 4 and 6. You were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies.
That's right.
For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to power. Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you.
Jeremiah 5 and 7.
Listen, Jeremiah 5 and verses 7. How shall I pardon thee? How shall I pardon thee for this? I can't remember if it was Lamentations, if it's a precept in the Apocrypha talk about surely the Lord had made good on his word that he had pronounced against Jerusalem and against Judah. That time coming back on it. The word with the Lord pronounced in this Ezekiel 9 will happen. You ain't gonna get away from it. How shall I pardon thee for this?
That's right, because you remember we're going to wicked jigs. Jigs go on and as it say, I think it's Jeremiah 2. Jeremiah 2. Jeremiah 2 and verse 12, and it says, be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith the Lord, for my people had committed 2 evils. They had forsaken me the fountain of living waters, and hewn them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. So you forsake the Lord, right? And you then go and call upon these idols. So the Lord saying here now in Jeremiah 5 and 7,
yeah. How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me, and sworn by them that are no gods. When I had fed them to the full, then they committed adultery, and assembled themselves by troops in the harlots' houses. They were as fed horses in the morning, everyone made after his neighbor's wife. Shall I not visit thee? Shall I not visit for these things, saith Yahweh?
Right, so, right, the Lord saying, and it was the most fortunate. You understand? Like, let me say, and then see how some of them rich kids just be.
Yeah,
In this way, they have everything they want in life, and yet still not doing what their parents tell them to do. So all they had everything and they needed. The Lord give you this, give you that, and yet still, Jake still, you want to murmur. You understand? You want to go against what the Lord said to do. As soon as Moses gone up in Mount Sinai, what going on?
The war, one time, a golden calf and all kind of fuck things.
Well, as the guys say, as soon as Moses gone, Jake want the carnival.
Yeah, just finishing that verse 9. Shall I not visit for these things, said Yahweh, and shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this?
Right, because they are the mothers every single time Jake committed all these abominable acts and committed sin and on top of sin. We feel the Lord like that. The Lord hated it, detested. So he's saying in his mind now, second is just wait, let me get it one time. Second is just 15 a month. Second is just 15. And I was start at verse 24. And it says, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord, because the Lord seen all these things. The Lord seeing that, hey, he hated this when he see it. Right? Is like a bad scent. Verse 25, and it says, I will not spare them. Go your way, children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. For Yahweh knoweth, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. Right? So that is what going to happen when the Lord say, right, he can't take it no more. Right? Judgment in the field.
I just wanted to read that Jeremiah 5 and 9 in a different translation.
Okay.
The easy English. I must punish them for that.
That's right.
Yahweh says, they have hurt me so much. They are such bad people that I must punish them. And when you read that Ezekiel 9, again the song, and you go down to the last verse in verses 11, and behold, the man clothed with the linen, which had the ink on by his side, reported the matter. So after the angels went through the city and saw the slaughter, saying, I have done as thou hast commanded me. And we know this angel is Yahweh Shai, where Hebrews 10:7 said, it is written of me to do thy will, O Father. So
That's
what?
right.
This is going to be done unto the rebellious house of the nation of Israel. For what it was written, it was pronounced, and what? Isaiah 55. From the time the Lord word go forth out his mouth, it cannot return unto him void. It must go forth to accomplish all that he sent it to. So what? It has no turning back from the judgment. Because what? They're not going to turn back from the sin.
None shall escape.
None shall escape. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and that you were edified. In closing, we like to say, Kal Halal Yamla Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash, Barakaton, giving double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, surely who rule well, till Kalayamla Ba'ashem Yashai, Ba'ashem Kakodash, one for the time. To the men signed by the highways and byways pushing this doctrine, we like to say Shalom. And if we want to the sincere Akpat, the sisters who sit listening these lessons in silence, subjection and obedience unto their husbands, we like to say Shalom. This was your brothers,
Brother Yaradan
and Brother Mashallah. Until next time, we say Shalom.
Shalom.